Hey guys, are you still wondering why your Arcanists have lower output damage compared to the other players that uses the same class? In this video, I'll teach you how to use your Arcanist like a pro for PvE players and explain how the element system works on this game. I see a lot of new players that doesn't know this well, so I'm making a guide to share the knowledge I have and make your gaming experience better. To start with, I'm sure a lot of you are using the energy ball or the javelin from the Arcanist skills, but they are actually fine. If you wanted to deal more damage to the bosses or mobs, I'll teach you how. Let's start with introducing first what is an Arcanist. It's one of the third classes in the Flyff for Fun game from the Magician lineage. The second class upgrade is called Elementer, and let's concentrate on the word element. Why is it important? So why do you think the bosses or monsters have elements? Why do you think the weapons, shields, suit have elements? It's because they are all connected. Why? For example, if there's a house on fire, the people uses water to kill it, right? So it's the same in the game. If the boss has a fire element, if you use water skill, you deal more damage. The same idea with the weapon, shield, suit. If the boss has a fire element and you have a water element, you deal more damage and take lesser damage from the boss. Before we move on to the next step on how to use the skills, let us sink in on our mind first, making sure that we understand how the element works. So let's start with the fire element. Its weakness is water. The weakness of the water is electric. The weakness of the electric is earth element. The weakness of the earth is wind. And lastly, the weakness of the wind is fire. So if you're using an Arcanist, just imagine yourself as one of the last airbender. Anyways, now let's move on how to use the Arcanist like a pro. There will be 4 topics that I'll be discussing regarding the skills. I want you to take a deep breath, relax, and intake all this knowledge as you'll be amazed on how good the Arcanist class is. Let's start with the class buff. So you are going to use the Elementor buff, which are the 5 element mastery. If you see the skill description, it gives you additional damage of the element and other good buffs like PvE damage, HP, dex, and more. So obviously, it's asking you to use your element damage skills. Next topic is the basic, which is the area skill for killing multiple targets or mobs. So there are monsters that you can kill fast, and there are mobs that has a lot of HP like in the R map. So for range area skill or damaging monsters from a distance, I recommend using Blizzard skill of the Elementer. Once the monster are in one place, we use the Arcanist skill Eva Storm. Now if you want to deal more damage for your Eva, use the Electric Shock skill to lower their magical defense. So it's from the Elementer skill. Or you can use Blink Pole first to reach the spot and Eva to do it with style. Before we discuss this confusing part of the video, I'm giving away VIP buff to lucky subscribers, so make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and put your in-game name on the comment section. Make sure to join the CRIDZON Discord channel because I'll be announcing it there. Subscribe gamers, it's free and I'll make sure to give you good contents. Back to the video. This is what you're waiting for, the pro skill element guide. So we're using the Elementor skills on this one. Let's say we will kill the Cove Crystal Meteor boss and its element is fire. So obviously we are going to use the Ice Shark related to the water element to deal more damage. That's not all. This is the fun part. So the secret there is to add an element debuff to the boss. So if it's fire element, we throw a fire element skill first to the boss, which will give more fire resistance to the boss. Now we will use the Ice Shark, which is in the water element skills. It will now deal more damage. Kind of a bit confusing? Let me give you another example. So this has an earth element, so I will give him the Stone Spear skill to increase its earth resistance. And if we go back to the element chart, the weakness of earth is wind. So we are going to use the Void, which is the wind element skill. It will deal more damage. So you see what I'm talking about, how awesome the Arcanist is. And wait, there's more. Before moving on to the next topic, make sure you totally understand how the anti and debuff element works. The 4th topic is the magic debuff and farming spell Flux. When doing the combo from the 3rd topic, you'll also include the Cursed Mine, which lowers the magical defense of the target and deals more damage. Now the final pro guide is about farming spell Flux. So let's discuss first what is spell Flux. You get them from the set effect and it's like the critical damage of magic. So the Adok physical classes have Wrath, which gives high critical damage when triggered, while the magic class classes like Arcanist have spell Flux, so when it triggers, you deal a whooping high magical damage to the target. Now back to the question, how to make the spell Flux trigger fast. The secret is either you just spam your skill till it shows up, or this is some of the pros' tactics. They use the water ball skill from the magician class. Why? Because when this skill is used, it doesn't only throw one, it throws 5 animation damage, which means that you have 5 more chance in one skill that the spell Flux triggers. Then you do the combo. I'll give you an example. The boss is fire element, so I throw fire debuff, the water ball. Once the spell Flux triggers, I use the curse mine and throw the eye shark, and just repeat the process. Now you have the knowledge to become a pro Arcanist, and I hope this amazed you on how Insanity server balanced character classes. And if you just came back from a long break, you better check this video out. Yes, this video tells you what you missed on Insanity Flyff. Yes, please subscribe as well.